right, come along for a little story time as I tell you about the worst shipping experience I've ever had and the reason why I'm done selling internationally. Hi, I'm Daisha and welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I talk about my small business that I run out of this cute pink studio. Do you like the lights? What do we think? And I just take you behind the scenes of what worked for me and what didn't so you don't make the same mistakes. So if that, interests you, then come along, especially if you want to hear the story. So while I was on vacation in Colorado, I got a lot of orders. And when I got back, I immediately got busy on them. So this particular order, when it came through, I'm like, why is it so expensive? Because it was an annotated book that I sell often, and I realized it should not have been that expensive. And then that's when I realized it was the shipping charge. So shipping was like $30-ish because the package was going to the Netherlands. And I always think it's cool when I get an order that's going somewhere far because I'm like, wow, somebody in that corner of the world found me and wants to buy from me. So that was super cool. So I get back from vacation. I'm looking at my receipts on my computer. And I get the order ready, and I have a note that says USPS is in possession of this item, and that was June 16th. So I've finished it. I've gave it to United States Postal Service. Also, shout out. I feel like the post office gets a bad rap. I've really not had any bad issues with USPS. I have had some like snail mail, I think, get lost, but I really think the customer just didn't give it time to get there because I think every one of them that's happened to, they've actually messaged me back and said, "Hey, I'm so sorry. The original arrived." And I'm like, just keep both of them. And if you ever feel the need, please like leave a review and share my shop to other people. So other packages have all made it there fine. With the caveat of saying that I had another international package that got shipped, and for some reason, customs opened it, but then they still gave it to the customer, but they didn't put everything back in there. So I don't know, like if there was something in there they didn't want them to have. But then I reshipped the package to the customer, and then she got all of it that time. I don't know. Okay, so like I said, USPS has it, is in possession of it, June 16th. June 18th, it moves to Memphis. And then it goes to the next facility. So a lot of my international orders, they all go to this place in Illinois, and then Illinois puts a different label on it, and then it's supposed to go internationally. So over the next few weeks, like the next week in June, you can see that it's just moving to different places within the U.S. Then it leaves Illinois on the 24th, departs the United States. Well, at least it departs that facility because then it changes from USPS to Asendia. I don't really know what Asendia is. Apparently, it's like another shipping company. That was July 1st. It arrives in the Netherlands July 9th. It's in custom authority in the Netherlands on July 9th. And then it says customs retention or investigation. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's literally just a book. It's a book. It's a special edition of a book. What do you mean? It's in investigation. So a lot of the times I'm not really checking my completed orders to make sure it makes it, right? But I noticed that I'm like, it left me on June 16th. So before it got to the retention and investigation stage, I checked it by July 1st. And I messaged the customer. I'm like, hey, because I know it says dispatched by Asendia arrived in the Netherlands. I wanted to make sure it got to her. So I was like, hey, did this actually make it to you? And they didn't update me. And she's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, I will keep an update on it. Like I'll keep tracking it because it has been moving, and I'll let you know and let me know if you get it. And she's like, okay, thank you. So then we're waiting, and then I get the next message about the retention and investigation. So I reach back out to her because I realize on Etsy I cannot file a claim by myself, like to get the money back or whatever. She has to do a help request. Let me tell you what Etsy says. Etsy tells her because it's past the window of when it should have been delivered that she should have done this before now. The package has been moving up until now, right? Like it wasn't that it was just lost and nothing happened. We thought it was still going to make it. It was just taking a long time because it's far away. So that was frustrating for her. And I get it. And I was frustrated too because I'm like, what do we do now? Because now I'm liable to refund her. I'm not going to keep her hard earned money for something she did not get. So now I'm hiking and I'm trying to enjoy the nice breeze. And I look down and I have a 1-star review. And I definitely get where she was coming from. She gave me a 1-star review. She basically said in the review that I've been great. I've reached out to her. She was so excited for the package. The 1-star review is for Etsy itself. She was saying like Etsy does not protect their buyers or I mean, or their sellers, and just going into that and basically saying that Etsy should have done better. So then I messaged her and I said, "Hey, I completely understand. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm going to refund you. Can you please change the rating to 5 stars?" Because, and she was basically saying, like, "Oh, it wasn't against you, it's against Etsy." But I'm like, the issue is you commented, you put it on my listing, and I understand it's because it happened to me, but all that's going to do is tank my score. That's not going to hurt Etsy at all. Like, Etsy does not care that you just gave me a 1 star review. Who does care is my customers. So she kept the message to saying that I've been great, that Etsy was the problem, and she changed this rating to 5 stars. And I definitely didn't want to bully her into that, but I'm like, she truly did not believe it was my fault. If you want to take it out against Etsy, do that in the App Store, or, I mean, make your video online. But I was very frustrated. So then I go to my local post office trying to see if we can figure out anything. In their documentation, because they handed it off to Asendia, it says that it reached its destination, but it didn't because I can see it on Etsy side. So basically, I refunded the original customer. So I'm out of that money. I don't think I'm ever going to see the money or the package again. And basically, through these experiences of customs going through my packages and then losing things and not even like having, any inkling of like getting a hold to me or giving me my packages back, I've decided to turn off international shipping. I don't sell that many things internationally for me to keep it on and still have to keep dealing with this hassle. And who knows, I might change it in the future. But to me, the risk versus reward just is not worth it. I've probably shipped less than 10 packages internationally, and 2 of them have had an issue. And then also, I had an issue where I bought something internationally and it took a long time to get to me. And the issue with that though is the seller would not message me back, and I was like, okay, now I feel like I'm getting scammed. But it did show up. But I just think it's just not worth it, which sucks because I'm like, I'd love for everybody to be able to experience like my shop, but it's just annoying, especially when it's something as expensive as an annotated book, and not even expensive, but it took a lot of my time. So let me know, what do you think of the whole experience? Have you shipped internationally? Have you had any issues? Let me know any of your thoughts. Comment below that or anything you want to see in the future. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.